There's
Yeah.
been a lot of
Disgusting.
Too
pedophile
young.
things out lately. Did anybody
Yeah.
see that Quiet on Set?
Yeah.
I
I
watched
don't
the
know.
first
I watched that.
episode.
But I want to. I
I
haven't
watched it
haven't
all the
had the
way through.
strength
Jesus.
yet.
I'm
Justice
just
for
like,
Drake
that
Bell. Oh my
was my
God.
childhood. Like, I looked up to that. Like, I was like, "That's amazing." Like, you wanted to be one of those, and it's like and if you were, you have either killed yourself or you have a terrible drug problem.
Mhm.
Or you now
The
draw
only
your eyebrows
thing
on with blue Sharpie, and your name is
Right.
Amanda
No,
Bynes.
clearly
Yeah.
they don't even Amanda Bynes like declined to even like be a part of it. Drake Bell, my God, Drake and Josh are
Yeah.
one of my favorite shows.
What
Right?
happened to
To
Drake?
hear
I didn't get to that episode.
oh my
You want
God.
us to ruin it for you?
No, we
Yes.
won't.
But,
I
like,
don't
the Drake
care, I'll
thing was the
forget.
only thing to me that I thought was, like, crazy. Everything else was kind of just, like, dabbling and
Yeah.
it wasn't, like, full-on investigation except for Drake. So,
Was he just
I don't
regular
know.
old molested, or was, like, what happened?
No,
Yeah.
he was, like,
Said
kept at this guy's house, like, cause
Mm.
his mom or, like, didn't wanna drive him, so the guy like, what they do is, like, they wedge between, like, the kid and the parent,
his
and
dad
Right.
was his
yeah,
manager, and he
and
said, "Your dad's
mhm.
bad for business. You're never gonna
Yeah,
get anywhere
he
if
just
you're" yeah.
gaslights everybody and drives a wedge, and then the mom didn't they lived in, like, Orange County, and she didn't wanna keep
Mhm.
driving down to do all these auditions, so the pedophile's like, "I got him, no problem, we love him, he works so great, he can stay on my couch," and then he's just probably jerking him off
Oh.
every night.
And he
Mhm.
was.
Ah!
He would wake up
No!
and Drake had a hard time saying it even. He was like, "I can't really" he said, "Imagine the worst things that you could do to a 15-year-old boy
Yeah.
without
Oh,
asking."
Ugh.
that's
And
horrible.
what it is.
See,
And
I haven't had the heart to watch this documentary because it's like, when like, I know, like, stuff like this happens in Hollywood, and I've known for a long time. And when you first find out, it's like hard, really, like, it just shatters your world in a way. But then, like, after like you've been exposed to that idea for so long, it's like, do I really need to sit there and watch this thing because I already know this happened? So I don't know if I want to just like
Right.
become incredibly depressed because of just
Like,
seeing it.
you
it
know it
get- you know.
happens generally, but then when you find
Mhm.
out specific, like, you hear specific stories and you can put a face to a story, it's really disheartening. Yikes.
Mhm.
Well, Amanda Bynes had like a Twitter that she used under a different name, like in 2017, and she said that the creator got her pregnant at 13 and she had an abortion and she can't have kids. Like this is before all this came out and people were like pulling it up. It was like her old Twitter. So now
Jeez.
everyone's like, "Oh, so that's what happened." And
The
she was trying to
creator
tell
of
people
what,
then.
Nickelodeon?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
wondered if he
I'm
like, I thought it
guessing
was
Dan Schneider she's
yeah,
talking
So
Dan
that
about.
the
Schneider.
guy who looks like he's wearing a fat suit, that guy,
Mhm.
that
yeah,
Dan
right.
guy.
I mean, he has a complete and total gobbler, like just
Yeah.
It's
completely.
weird.
Ugh.
He has
I think he's on
gels.
Ozempic now, so he looks different. But
Well,
yeah.
and
Yeah, Ozempic, that weird, like, I'm tired, someone punched me in the face, and I kinda look skinny for a minute.
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
Plus forever diarrhea.
and you may be taking away the shots that people with type 1 diabetes need, but then who
Yeah.
cares about them, right? Let's all just be skinny. It's
Yeah,
fine.
fuck people with diabetes. They need to be thin.
So sad.
No.
Yeah, but I guess she was trying to say it for a while because I think it was 2017. What the hell? Her name was on there. Like people are starting to repost it again because she didn't use Amanda Bynes because her parents took her Amanda Bynes. So she made another one under an alias. But yeah, she was saying a lot of shit, dude. It's fucked up.
Well,
Pretty
she's
sketchy, I
completely
wondered.
devoid of like personality now, and she's getting her. I just saw her. I think it was TikTok.
Oh.
She's like getting
She was
her.
so cute. My
Yeah, she's
God. They
getting her
really
Yeah,
esthetician license to like do nails now.
They
Mm,
destroyed this girl. Completely
Yeah.
destroyed
Yeah.
her.
really
She
did.
was so
Yeah.
vibrant. She really was going
Yeah.
places, and they just picked her apart. And, when I didn't hear anything about Dan Schneider aside from just like, "Oh, he was abusive in the workplace, and he was kind of inappropriate," I was like, "There's no way that it was like, got away with just that stuff." Like, I think he
mm,
was a bigger
No.
scumbag, and they couldn't put that in the documentary because he probably had, like, ins and all this shit. It just something was left out that let this documentary come out. Do you know what I mean? There's always
Right.
something
mhm.
deeper 'cause then they're like, "Nope, you can't do that. You're gonna screw it up for us." So, like, I think it was a look over here, but there's still shit going on.
Oh.
Well,
Well,
I
when I was
agree.
in LA, there was this
that-
girl that was abused by someone famous, and she's like, "Well, I can't say anything because I have an NDA." I'm like, "Girl, NDA doesn't count if there's criminal things going on. Like that doesn't
Right.
count anymore." So if people have an NDA and they're not saying anything, that does not count for criminal activity. Like
Yeah.
that
And
is not included. So fuck
if there's
that.
a
Like,
loophole that allows sexual crimes to happen, then what the fuck?
yeah, exactly. Like that.
Who allowed that?
No. That's
Right. The
not how that
kids were
works.
saying we would all do school together, but Amanda was never there. She was just in the room with
Mhm.
Dan, like going over scripts and things. Like
Oh, I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah, I
play.
bet.
This
Play
might be a
that.
I'm gonna play this.
Let's play it.
Oh, it comes to a different page.
Kanye.
No, if you refresh and then just unmute, it'll play it.
Oh, you keep me young, you kids. All right. What in the what? I clicked on it.
You got to click the unmute button. Bing, bing,
Speaker with the X.
Yeah, that one.
There we go.
Work, please.
Where'd it go? It's disappearing.
You-
truth
you-
about
it's every
Dan
time. There you
Schneider and Nickelodeon and her secret Twitter account years ago. Ashley's secret account went by the name of
Why is everything buffer all the time? My computer does it too. So
I have to get
Ashley Binks, and she said she created this
Oh.
account at the time because her parents were controlling everything that she was doing, and
Damn.
she wanted the truth to be heard. She was explaining
because she had a conservatorship, I think starting in 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
the truth about a lot of different things, including things that had to do with her, her family, and even other people in Hollywood. She was also crying out for help on this Twitter account and saying that they were stealing her money, and that's why she was placed in this conservatorship.
Dang. I mean, her eyebrows alone are a cry for help.
I don't know why she does them like that.
She posted pictures of her ID and pictures of
I was just
herself
gonna say
to
her
show
eyebrows.
everybody that this was an original account made by her. And here are some of the things that Amanda Bynes said on this Twitter account.
Oh,
They were
wow.
weirdly
I've been
close.
forced to deny this account again to prevent them from having me committed against my will again. Can you imagine having an abortion at 13 because your boss impregnated
Oof.
you? Committed
Oh,
Mm.
that's insane.
Yeesh.
Oh my god.
because your father touched you, exposing the truth, and then having your freedom threatened.
Ugh.
And honestly, this
That's untoward.
Yeah. Cozy.
understatement. My God.
tweet was probably
Yeah.
the most heartbreaking to hear about how she was impregnated when she was 13 by her boss. And
Yeah.
who else would have been her boss when she was 13 years old? And I'm not a big person with blind items, but I'm going to read you guys a blind item from Crazy Day and
It's a
Night,
blind
who
item.
was known to have a really good relationship with Amanda Bynes. And in this message, she actually puts a secret message in there.
Oh, this is so annoying, this buffering.
You know what you
Mhm.
should
And
do
it
is
talks
click
about
on that video.
like-
It'll take you to TikTok
Ugh.
and then
It
like the
doesn't-
TikTok version, and then it's probably better to watch it there.
And here's this blind item that has a
Yeah, like view profile.
This is like,
secret message hidden
AOL
within
days.
this. And this is from Amanda Bynes.
oh, because she capitalized DAN. Did
And in
it?
the beginning
Oh.
of this message, she puts
Right. She capitalized DANDIDIT.
capital letters in weird places. And then you
Oh my God.
It's like Rosemary's Baby.
Yikes.
find
Well,
out what each one of these capital letters is saying.
oh man. Well, that explains so much.
I tried to highlight each word where these capital letters are.
Okay. Ugh, poor Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll feel like I've ruined my childhood because we couldn't afford cable, and I always complained about that as a youth. But Maybe I'll
youth.
watch it. Maybe I'll watch it.
Well, people are
Kind of
like
like
saying, "Oh, where's the parents?" And the parents, like I talked about this before. My friend and one of my only friends when I lived in LA he was in a boy band. I don't say his name because he died, but I'm sure people could guess. But he would tell me things all the time, and like one of our first conversations, it really fucked him up in the head because he didn't realize how many parents knew what was going on and they just did not care. Like they would have these like
Wow.
agent pool parties and they were kids, mostly young men, kids. And
Ugh.
the parents knew what was happening there. They knew about the drugs, the drinking, the drugging, and they just didn't care. They cared about getting them famous and the money. So they would willingly put them in there. Like they knew, so many parents knew. And it really fucked my friend up, like really bad.
It's
Like,
been going on forever. What was it? Drew Barrymore? It was like
yeah,
doing
it's
blow
really
at
sick, man. It's
13.
sick.
Shirley
Yeah.
Temple.
Yeah.
As far as Shirley Temple.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Even Shirley Temple or
Like people are
Judy
like, oh, parents
Garland.
must not have been around. I'm like, motherfucker, parents knew. Like a lot of them knew. They didn't care. They wanted money.
Yeah.
They didn't care what happened to their kid.
They're
Yeah, it
giving
still happens too. Like even with like Instagram, and you see parents
Mhm.
promoting their kids doing weird suspect poses
Yeah.
and like purposely provocative. And it's like all guys, grown men liking it. It still happens even in our industry too. And I
Yeah, I
still think
messaged Danielle Cohen's mom like a couple years ago about this shit that she was doing with her. She did not care. She cussed me out. I'm like, they're doing shit with your daughter's pictures, right? Like
it's low key
that's when I was like
trafficking.
posing online, like as an underage girl and stuff like that. I'm like, they do stuff with her pictures, right? Like her mom did not fucking care. She was such a bitch, dude. She's such a bitch. She
Well,
was
they're
like
probably getting
14.
How much money do you think they're getting though? Like these parents, they're probably getting a nice fat check from
So
this
much
shit.
money.
Money
Kids
A
are
lot.
probably
It's
the
called
primary breadwinners. The kids are
They
probably
are.
responsible for bringing in the bag for their whole family.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like, girl got
you guys are gonna get
problems.
told that you're just jealous. If the
Yeah.
kids happen to be like 15 or 16, everyone here is gonna get called just jealous. And
Yeah, I'm
well,
so
et cetera, et
jealous.
cetera.
I am so jealous of them.
Meanwhile, she like already had an abortion and she's like 14, dude. Like, what the fuck? Ugh.
That's too
No
much.
thanks.